Namaste students, Khushro Bityao. I am JVN's Dr. Neeraj Dholia and I am here to teach you the subject that is the upstream and downstream process technology. And the topic today we will cover various methods for growth measurement. So, why the measurement of growth for the microorganisms is important? You have heard that environmental health officers regularly inspect food premises and take sample of the analysis. Okay, so the sample is generally in the um, market is evolved for evaluated for the concentration of the or presence of the pathogenic bacteria or viruses or fungus. So there are food inspectors who have the responsibility to check these things. Likewise, the water boards check water supplies daily. Okay, so that um, concentration of the pathogenic bacteria is not will not increase in the drinking water or the supply water. So many products are produced using bacteria grown in the fermenters. So various products are grown using the various bacteria. So their optimum concentration is required for the optimal product. Their higher concentration of the bacteria or the lesser concentration of the bacteria will hamper the quality and quantity of the product. And in various pathogenic samples, various food samples, a specific type of or is a specific concentration of the bacteria are important. Okay, so there are various methods to measure the bacteria count or bacteria concentration or microorganism concentration. One is the rough estimates. You can estimate the presence or the concentration of the microorganism by the diameter. If the culture or the media is the solid, like in the agar plate, you can roughly estimate the concentration of the microorganism using the observing the concentration or the diameter of the colony, because the microorganisms, the bacteria are grow and expand their colony from the center tip of point. Okay, likewise in the liquid culture, the counting cell directly by first diluting the original sample and then counting cell numbers. Okay, so if the culture is liquid, so you have to count the cells. Okay, or by indirectly you can measure the turbidity. Okay, we will see further that what is the turbidity. If bacteria or the microorganisms are higher in number in any solution, the solution will appear turbid, more turbid. Okay, so turbidity is also a roughly estimate. You can observe and can say that if the solution is turbid more, the presence of the microorganism will be more there. So the count of the cells can be divided into two parts. One is total count and second is the viable count. So what is the total count? Total count means you will count the live cell as well as the dead cells in the solution or in the media. Okay, so total count have the both. And in viable counts, you can count only the live cells. So there are the requirements that when you have to count the total cells and when you have to count the viable cells, because in the pathogenic condition, in the pathogenic diseases condition, the dead cells, dead bacteria is harmless. Okay, so you will count the only viable cells, or in many experiments or in many pathogenic conditions, the your requirement differs. Okay, sometimes you want to know the only viable cell count, and sometimes you require the total cell count. So it depends on the requirement that which type of count you want to do. Okay, so optimal dilution, it is the important factor in the measurement of the correct measurement of the microorganism. The dilution or the sample you are going to measure should be optimally diluted. Okay, it should not be very concentrated or it should not be very diluted. Okay, so depends on the condition, so that you can count easily or exactly, you have to change the conditions. Okay, if the sample is very concentrated, like you pick a colony, the colony is the pure microorganisms. So there are enormous number of the microorganisms in that, so you have to first dilute them. You have to serially dilute the sample, and then you will count. If you count directly, the number of microorganisms is so high that you have chances to chances of higher error. So you have to dilute that, serially dilute that. Okay, now second is the incubation. When you have a very low number of the microorganisms, you are not able to count them, you are not able to measure them. So you first stick on the specific media and wait for the optimal growth. So each number of each individual microorganism will grow as a colony, and it is visible to you and you can count easily. Okay, then so it is a question for your brainstorming storming deck. What number in original sample if 200 colonies found in 1 to 1000 dilution of sample? Okay, if you have a plate of agar and you can count the 200 colonies. Okay, and you stick the sample which is 1000 times diluted from the original sample. So what is the number in the original sample? Okay, so you can simply multiply the number of colonies from the dilution factor, that is 1000. Okay, so 200 into 1000, it is the 2 lakh colony, sorry, 2 lakh. So 2 lakh number of microorganisms were present in the original sample. So here is a question that here 200 colonies, and colonies are there, and we are assuming that 200 number of the individuals there. So it is the important point that each individual microorganism will grow and form a colony. So if a colony is there, you can assume that there was a single bacteria or single microorganism which have converted into the colony. So you can correspond a colony as a single bacteria. Okay, so 2 lakh bacteria was there in the original sample. So analysis of the microorganism or the measurement can be done using the hemocytometer. This is the hemocytometer, and you have the sample. You put a cover slip here, and you pour the sample here, and this is the chambers you can visualize on the microscope, and you can count the cells like this. Okay, so another is the analysis of using the turbidimetry. Okay, so number if when turbidity increases, okay, the number of microorganisms is increases, so the turbidity is proportional to the number of the microorganisms. Okay, number of microorganisms if greater, the turbidity is greater, so they will absorb the more light. Okay, if any sample is there and you put a light on that, the sample will absorb the light. Okay, and it is visualized to the turbid. If the number of sample cells are increasing, the turbidity of the sample will be increased. So there are thank you for this, and in the next session uh, we will see the specific type of assays or methods of the measurement of the uh, cell number. Okay, microorganism cell number. So this session was powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapith Women's University, and hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will solve that definitely. Thank you.